explains why he was so disappointed after playoffs. The Utah Jazz took down Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony and the Oklahoma City Thunder in 6 games in the first round before losing to the Houston Rockets in 5 in the second round. The Rockets went on to push the defending champion Warriors to Game 7 in the conference finals. Rookie Donovan Mitchell had an impressive postseason showing, averaging 24.4 points, 5.9 rebounds and 4.2 assists per game. You could say it was a positive playoff performance for a team that lost its biggest star, Gordon Hayward, in the offseason. But for the 21-year-old rookie, Mitchell, it was a complete disappointment. In a Players Tribune post published Tuesday, he explained how he felt when the Jazz landed in Utah after being knocked out by the Rockets in Game 5 of the semis. Mitchell says he felt like they had wasted the entire season and let the city down, even if people were saying they got a moral W. He makes it clear that the Jazz wanted nothing less than a championship, and he adds that if their goals were any lower, they wouldn't have made it as far as they did. He says, "But what you have to understand is, we didn't beat our expectations by being the type of team satisfied with moral Ws. We beat our expectations by being satisfied with Ws. We beat our expectations by being killers. If we had been a satisfied type of team, we'd have probably gone nowhere." It's crazy how many excuses this team had to fall back on. Lost a big star in free agency. Had these injuries. Had this backcourt of a new guy and a rookie. But man, at no time did anyone on our team even think about excuses. Didn't think about excuses, or expectations, or any of that. We didn't even have chips on our shoulders. You know how you hear that all the time, about how guys get snubbed, and so they have chips on their shoulders? It's like, with this team, we didn't even have the time to bother with that. Didn't even have the ego to bother with that. Weren't sitting around worried about snubs, or where people expected or predicted or wanted us to be. All we cared about was being the best. And all we ever had in our minds as a goal was a championship. Mitchell then says it was the way the fans greeted them at the airport after their 2017-18 season was over that made him realize it's only a temporary L, because we're going to be back next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. It's temporary, because this isn't the end. The young star caps it off with this message for Jazz fans: hopefully the next time we hang out at the airport, we'll bring a trophy. You can read the whole thing over at the Players Tribune. More, James Harden had the pettiest reaction to Draymond Green's offer to help Jeremy Lin, called Jalen Rose out for his baseless promise about Nets players. Serena Williams wore catsuit at French Open. For all the moms out there that had a tough pregnancy, Steph Curry's daughters got a good nap, and during Game 7 Kevin Durant said the Warriors expected James Harden to tire out in the second half.